I got a list of major two predictions. I watch wrestling, okay? I watch WWE. International crowds tend to be way better than US crowds. So I would like to know, what do you think the crowd energy 1 through 10 will be this weekend?
Ooh, the UK energy is always high. And now that we have the Paris, now that we have the Heretics, even now that we have Riyadh, only because I
Okay.
think Paris is going to be a little higher. I'm going to say it's a 7.5.
I got a little hot or not. Your prediction. Do you think the stage setup for the players will be better or worse than the Dallas, the optic setup that they've had where they're looking at each other?
I think I've seen a setup for the stage. I think it'll be better only because it's a DreamHack. DreamHack always does their events well. I mean, Dallas puts on a heck of a tournament, but I know it wasn't necessarily the first choice being at SMU. So I'm going to go with it's going to be better.
Now, four big things about teams. I want to know, who do you think is going to be MVP?
I think Hook wins MVP.
Who do you think will be your LVP?
Mm.
Least valuable player.
I think it's going to be between Nero and Gwyn for me, actually. I'm going to go with Nero.
And then I would like to know, what team do you think will surprise everyone the most this weekend?
It kind of depends. I think, you and I have Miami and Riyadh at 2 and 3, which is probably going to be a hot take. So I guess because of that, I'm going to go Riyadh. I know that they're
Okay.
slotted 3, but I still think that people are kind of underestimating them on LAN. So I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to go with the Falcons.
Last but not least on my big notebook here, teams at the major, not teams that didn't make the major, teams at the major, which team will do the first team change after it?
Well, teams that we think are going to play poorly are like Gentlemates, but I think that they're going to wait. They're not going to make an immediate change. The Ravens could, but the Ravens also just seem like a team that would hang on because they've been playing well online. Then you could say FaZe. Like if FaZe really gets upset, they could bring a Luca in. Surge, I feel like all of those guys are just so expendable that they could make another change. But they've already made changes, and that's kind of why I feel like Surge would be reluctant to. I'm actually gonna say FaZe. I think that FaZe
Okay.
underperform again, and because they already have a guy on their roster sitting on their bench, I think that they give Aluka a shot or they find somebody else.